You can have your iPhone read certain text that appears on screen when you use Speak Screen. Here's how. In your accessibility settings, tap Spoken Content. Then turn on Speak Screen. To start Speak Screen, swipe down with 2 fingers from the top of the screen.
My week on a goat farm. While I consider myself a fan of the outdoors, I've never actually worked outdoors. Have text read to you.
And with today's signing of the landmark Americans for Disabilities Act, every man, woman, and child with a disability can now pass through once closed doors into a bright new era of equality, independence, and freedom.
The Americans with Disabilities Act became law 30 years ago in 1990. It is a comprehensive law that prohibits discrimination against people with disabilities and requires specific action to include people with disabilities. ADA addresses employment, public transportation, state and local government services and programs, and access to businesses. Among many important provisions, ADA requires employers to provide reasonable accommodations to enable a qualified individual with a disability to do a job. And government agencies and businesses must communicate effectively with people with disabilities. With IRA, an individual who is blind or low vision can access visual information for work, travel, or independence, whenever and wherever they wish.
Thanks for calling IRA. This is Carla. What would you like to do today?
This website wants me to link to an online payment app, which I don't have. Could you help me with that?
Yes, would you like to start a team viewer session and I can take a look at that?
Yes, please.
I need to put the paper in the right place on the copier.
The page needs to be situated in the upper left-hand corner.
I am looking for the next train to Worcester.
I see the next train for Worcester is at 1:55 p.m.
Yeah, I'm working on my expense report, and I have one receipt that I've not been able to find yet, so I need help locating it.
So the receipt for the melting pot is the second receipt in from the left.
Wow, that was fast. Thank you.
Would you mind describing some of the stuff you see here?
Looks like it's going to be a blouse. Looks like a button down. The pattern's a little bit unique. It's almost like a striped chevron pattern.
Our service can help to fulfill the promise of the ADA and set a path for access over the next 30 years. IRA.
On the shore, volunteers, dogs, participants with an expression of cautious anticipation.
It was 6 weeks ago, I think, when we initially thought, wouldn't that be a crazy idea? And here we are.
In soundscape in general, the idea is that you hear spatialized audio. That is, you'd hear it in your right ear if something's off to your right, your left ear if something's off to your left. On the water, we're taking that idea in order for you to go capture beacons.
The primary goal today is to be safe, and the secondary goal is to have a lot of fun.
Cindy and Mary, her teammate, approaching the water. Kayaks on the lake in the distance. On the water's edge, Emily learning to paddle.
I'm excited to see what Lake Sammamish has for us, and we're going to find all of those beacons today.
And the first team is off, sliding into the water.
You get like a ticking sound that's sort of a benign, like clock ticking almost, but it's kind of a loping rhythm.
Reg, paddling, donning a headset, with an expression of intense focus on his target.
And as you turn, you start to hear a pinging that's more of like a positive sound from your right ear to your left ear.
Paddle on the left side of the boat here.
And then when you get it in the center, you just move directly toward it and try to keep it in the center of your auditory field.
We got it? Yep. All right, nice.
A selfie shot of Nancy and her teammate John.
Team fun in the sun, and let's raise up our paddles. Yeah!
Cindy, smiling and full of joy, coming back to shore.
So much fun!
I
did it!
Wow, how was the experience? I don't think I've experienced anything like this before in this way.
I was very excited about the Soundscape product, and I use it, and this is a really fun use for it.
Every single team was successful in their paddle. You guys crushed it. You did amazing.
I really appreciate the whole Soundscape team having all of us out today. I'm happy to be a part of a movement, and that is to help all of us live more independently and full and rich lives.
Logo for Outdoors for All. Link to Microsoft Soundscape. Microsoft, empowering everyone to achieve more.
This is Tap, the keyboard of the future. Tap creates text each time you tap your fingers on any surface. Tap does not use the QWERTY keyboard layout, or any keyboard at all. Instead, you create letters by tapping one or more fingers on any surface. For instance, when you tap your thumb, the letter A is sent to the Bluetooth device you have paired with your Tap. The Tap Genius game makes learning the Tap alphabet fast, fun, and easy. You can learn it in an hour or two. Using Tap might feel a bit like magic. Most people are amazed at how quickly they learn the Tap combinations. Then, just like typing, the more you do it, the faster you will become. Tap also has a built-in mouse, which moves your cursor when you glide your thumb on a surface. Tap can also control apps or play games. And tappers are coming up with new customizations and uses every day. Show us what you can do. Tap with us.
Wake up.
The dictation microphone icon.
Voice control is a breakthrough feature that gives you full control of your devices, with just your voice, period. It's a whole new way to do everything you love, period. Like this. Correct love.
A list of numbered options.
16.
The word is replaced by a red heart.
Open photos.
Ian sits in a wheelchair in front of an iMac.
Scroll up. Show numbers. 13.
A man with a bike.
Click share.
Share options.
3.
Messages.
Tim. Next field.
Ian composes a message.
Let's try this one today. Thumbs up emoji. Click send. Open maps. Show grid. Long press at 20.
A marked location on the Pacific Coast Scenic Byway.
Open app switcher.
Ian's wheelchair-mounted iPhone.
4. Tap share. Tap Tim. Tap send.
Now, Ian rides his motorized wheelchair across a pedestrian bridge over a blue river. Later, he uses a sip and puff controller to ride along a forest trail. Tim bikes up next to him.
Hey, good to see you. Open music. Turn up the volume.
Tim and Ian look out over a glistening mountain lake, an Apple logo.